I say pylon. Been watching football all damn day. Got Renell, what's happening, baby?
Hey, I'm here.
CJ, what's good with you?
That boy looking sharp. Look, I said that boy look like he about to go meet his girlfriend's parents.
I'm feeling so underdressed right now. I just don't even feel like I need to go do a wardrobe swap. That boy done hit us with the tie combo.
I had to run somewhere.
He had to run somewhere.
That must have been one hell of a run. Well, shit, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to welcome y'all to the show. First off, make sure y'all go on Instagram and go follow our page for the podcast at Universal_Citizens318. Make sure you follow myself at TRoss_318. Follow Renell at RenellJ. And follow my man CJ at @A_humble_. And last but not least, this show is sponsored by A Humble Center. So make sure y'all go on Amazon and get y'all a copy. So before we jump into everything, fellas, what how everybody week been going? What's popping?
Hey, normal week. Same old. Hey, look like we trying to get back to normal around here. Football going on, concerts going on, comedy shows. We trying to get back to normal.
Who got concerts? Who you say having concerts?
What's going on? That's
comedy shows, like little shows popping back off or whatever.
Yeah.
So gatherings is happening a little bit more.
Yeah, we trying to
But look, you know what that's going on too.
What you got?
That temperature dropping.
Ooh, yeah, I love it. It's hot as hell out here. And you know, I love
dropping. I'm talking about what we're gonna do with the temperature dropping and these gatherings happening.
Now that I don't know about that one. We gotta leave that up to the good folks at the CDC or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, you said out there though, y'all ain't even heard nothing about no phase, huh?
They actually today is funny that I brought that up because they actually said today that we supposed to go to 75%. They didn't say no phase, but they said
that's
like
3.
So that is 3?
Yeah, that's 3. That's a win.
Okay then, well. They
so
said
look, but what? So I seen Cowboys like they had about 25% up in there maybe today.
It was. I think they said they was gonna let 20 to 25,000 in, and that's why I was asking about the game tonight. That was cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a lot, but it's like when they made plays like that, actual crowd interaction, that shit mattered. Because watching this shit here now, it's like, damn, LeBron out there, man.
Yeah, hey, but imagine playing out there.
The West Coast got it bad though, because they got that fog, that smog, that wildfires, and then the COVID. So it's tough on them. And I'm trying to see why Bill Belichick's son rocking his mullet. But hey, that's his thing.
That's what's popping.
Who is Bill Belichick's son? He coaches.
Coach outside linebacker.
Oh, wow. What they call it? Nepotism.
And he called the plays then.
Nepotism.
Glad everybody had a good week. Ain't nothing popping on this end. Supposed to get something done to this head, but you know, hey, things happen. So, but anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get on into it. We ain't gonna keep sitting here with the yaya. First question, we're gonna get into a topic, rather, or however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is something that we can, mainly relate to because it concerns us, but it's open to anything or anybody. But more importantly, this is focusing on our people. So, how do we restore the Black family, and where did we go wrong? I'm gonna just throw it up off the glass and see who gets it.
It's like an open rebound.
Yeah, see who gets
it. That's a question that goes a lot of ways. I guess it's depending on how you was raised. So we always was like, you always had the normal structure of the grandparents, the mom and daddy. Y'all say I'm old. That sound old now, crazy as it is. But you had the mom and daddy, and then you had the cousins, and it was like a normal structure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think the biggest problem to me is, you just gotta call it like you see it. It's too many people out here having kids by people they not gonna be with. So when you do that, you kind of break up the normal structure of the family. So it's like, think about it. Now on Thanksgiving, I'm going to all kind of places. Like, you know, I got kids here, I got kids there. Not me now, but I'm just saying, like, people got kids here, and there. So it's like, you really don't have no normal structured family. So it's like, I think it starts with people got to stop having kids by people that they know they don't want to be with. Now, everybody know that you can't predict the future. But if you know you really don't want to be with this person, don't do nothing with them that can produce a child, because it just cause all kind of trickle down effect or whatever. So I think that's the biggest thing with the black family is that the structure ain't traditional no more. It ain't mom and dad in the house. It's mama and his dad way over here, and you know, so it's like everybody going so many different ways or whatever. So I just think it gotta start with that first off.
Basically, what you're saying is wrap that Jimmy hat up on that pickle whenever you out here in these streets.
Hey, if you ain't gonna put a ring on it, don't lay down, because it's gonna cause you problems. It's gonna cause you problems or whatever, and you know it just trickle down. Then the music.
Now you know I'm gonna lay down, and we ain't got no rings on nothing. You know I'm laying down.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Okay.
We're talking about a ring.
And that's it right there. That's it right there. See how y'all feel about it? But that's what I'm saying. Okay, well, make sure you got something. If you ain't gonna put the ring on, put the thing on. You know, so I mean,
now, look, I can get with you on that teaching right there.
Yeah, you definitely need to be out here protecting yourself. And these days, you might have to put a mask on your face too while you're in there. So, you know, just make sure you protecting yourself at all times. But as far as where do we go wrong? Well, first of all, how do we restore it? Like you said, yeah, I think it mainly starts with men. We have to hold ourselves accountable. Seems like we always talk about accountability. That's just the number one thing across the board for black men.
That's a big thing, though.
You have to hold yourself accountable if you're gonna be with somebody to know that, like you said, you gotta start. You gotta build that foundation on and do it the right way. Get married, and then you know what I'm saying. Start that. Like you said, to have the kids, and now you can go over to grandma's house for Thanksgiving or whatever. Like, you know, we have a tendency to do it backwards in our community. Like you said, like, you know what I mean? You're going to lay down and have all these babies or whatever, and things happen. Things happen. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing just because, you know, you do have a child before you choose to get married or whatever, but you have some people who are just wrecked. It's like driving without a damn seatbelt, like, you know what I'm saying? Or skydiving and you don't know if you got your parachute or a damn backpack. So, you know, I think we just got to be accountable for our actions. And then as far as like, where do we go wrong? It's like, yeah, that's it right there. Like, I mean, we don't take it as serious as we should. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the new normal now not to have, the new normal is to have a baby mama, baby daddy. It's not, I bet you if you look at the percentage of people that have kids with people that they not with, oh, it's probably through the roof or whatever. And you know, back when we was coming up, shoot, your daddy or mama might have, I don't say mama, but you don't want to say your mama, but your daddy or somebody might have stepped out, but it wasn't like it is now. Like, it's like,
Wrong. Why he's talking about you don't want to say your mama?
I think their mama stepped out.
Mama step out too.
Hey, I mean, it happens.
They stepping out, but you ain't gonna. I'm not gonna say that. What I'm saying, like, stepping out is like, shoot, these people ain't even stepping in. So it's like, hey. So I
saw a video today that somebody that was on my friends that posted. I can't even think of the dude's name of who the video was of. I can't give him credit, so I apologize. But the video was basically saying about how, like, the dude was like, you know, you see, it was a black dude. He was walking with his daughter. He was like, you know, you see me, and I guess his wife. He was like, you know, you see the pictures we post or whatever, and everything is cool. Like, you think, oh, they so happy. He was like, man, but you just don't know all the work that we put in to have those moments. He was like, you know, you can't just pour water on a woman and think you're gonna have a successful marriage or relationship or whatever. If you're not willing to put the work in and lay down some type of foundation, then you just spinning your wheel. He say, shit, it ain't oatmeal. It ain't instant oatmeal. You can't pour no water on it, and it just turned into something like that. So
Well, what about this though? What about this though? Like, I thought about this when I first saw this question. Will you think everybody would agree that like we need to restore the black family?
Mm.
You know what
Now
I'm saying?
when
like,
you say that,
do people even think like this? Because look, one time, I'm not gonna say no names, but it's some people we know, they the same age as us, and I heard them talking one time, just like some guys, and they was like, man, they get married stuff, man, that's for the birds, man. Like, ain't nobody doing that no more. And I was just like thinking, like, well, if we in our 30s and we not getting married no more, then what is that gonna look like in about 20 years? It's already bad right now. We can see it right now. Look, I just looked up something that said 72% is born out of wedlock now. African American children.
That's what I'm saying. It's not.
Yeah,
72%. So I was thinking about.
And you can be born out of wedlock.
Yeah. But what?
Yeah.
But you can, them people born out of wedlock don't even have intentions of being with the people. Not even like, and like Tristan made a good point too. Like another thing, people don't even try hard no more. You mess up one time, I don't like something.
Oh yeah.
I'm out.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You're out of here.
That is definitely now. Watch this, Ross. I can attest to that because I do a little marriage and family counseling. I do a little marriage and family counseling.
Congratulations to my man. We're gonna stop the press. Let people know that you're officially all the way 100% certified. We're gonna celebrate all the victories here at Universal Citizens, y'all. Y'all look, we're gonna do like my man. What's the man? Boy, we got hands on the damn noise, nigga. So I
got my cup.
But hey, yeah, we got toast to him, man. You know,
I was stressed out last week. Stressed out because I had already been studying. If you don't know what he's talking about, I passed my what it is, man. You know, it's a national counseling exam, so you get certified to be licensed in your state. So every state you have to take this same test, but every state got different stipulations, but it's one national test. So I passed that anyway. First of all, I hate these damn standardized tests. Because if you don't pass them, it make you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I ain't good enough for something like that. But shit, I really wasn't tripping.
Hey, man.
I really wasn't tripping when I went in there. Look, you know what the biggest deal was? This COVID going on. So the lady sitting behind this big old screen thing, and they make you go through all type of stuff, though. But, hey, we got that thing passed. I wait on my paperwork to come, and we licensed in the state of Louisiana, baby.
Hey, we just had to take what they call it, a praise break at church. So we just had to take a pause for the cause right there and show some love. So go on and get back to what we was on topic with. Let's go on.
Hey, no, but what about this though? So yeah, when I hear dudes like that talk about it, but what I was about to say is I see couples doing what y'all are saying. And watch this, a lot of people call me too. A lot of people will call me and ask me for, hey man, what's going on? I got this going on, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, bro, that's normal shit. Like, that's normal stuff, bro. Like, man, you going to be married. If you get married in your 30s, 20s, 30s, and you're going to be married forever, man, that's 50, 60 years, man. Look.
Long ass time.
Man, you just got to settle on in because you're finna deal with a whole lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Tighten up your bootstraps, as they say.
But when did they?
Like my dad always say, he was like, with us, I think it's shit with us because, like you say, like growing up, you can't recall too many families that didn't have. Well, I ain't gonna say you can't recall, but it was like it wasn't a lot of families that had a mom and daddy in the house. That wasn't the norm back then. The norm was like your mama. If your dad and mom were together, they had been together. They was divorced, maybe.
Right.
But now
you at least saw that daddy around back then. Like you said, they was mostly together. Yeah. We saw mama and daddy. I could just think back like to Little League football. You would see mama and daddy. But then for sure you would see daddy and mama if they were separated or divorced or were not even never together.
They said they at least tried to be together. Now, oh no, man, yeah, it's the norm now. And I like I said, I blame a lot of stuff. It's normal now. They done made it normal. They made it like there's nothing wrong with it. So it's like people gonna continue to do something when it don't look like nothing wrong. The TV show.
So what about this, dude? When we see people or we hear people talking like that, do we supposed to tell them like, man, that ain't the right way, man? Like, because if we keep doing it, we're gonna keep getting 100 rounds shot out or whatever on the weekend, like. Or do y'all think that's a direct correlation of the black family? You know, that's what I.
You talking about the 100 rounds getting busted on the weekend?
Right.
Well, of course. I mean, they don't have anybody to. That's a whole nother. But yeah, that like that's what happens when you have the situations where the black family done fell apart, and you got this little wayward black boy or girl or whatever who don't know, ain't got no direction. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm finna go over here and get this love from the streets because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the streets love me. But anyway, I think, like y'all said, like back in the day, it was the thing to do. It was the thing. It was to be together. Now it is normal to just shoot the club up and leave.
Yeah, you kind of lame. You kind of lame if you with a girl.
Yeah, and then like you said, Chelsea, like, do you tell people or do you call your partners out? Like, I feel like, now, of course, that all depends on y'all relationship. Like, you know what I mean?
Because that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about right now.
Even within our circle of friends, even within our circle, and you know you can speak on this, it's like you might be able to tell me something straightforward and direct, but you can't tell the other one like that. But you know that person is doing something that's the same action. So it's like, do you tailor-made your approach, or do you
what I do
and like make it shit together and
watch this? Well, you know how me and you talk, so that's a little different than anybody else, of course. But I still let them know what I'm thinking. Like I probably would tailor it, but I'd be like, look here, bro, like that shit there is silly.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You need to sit down somewhere.
But it all goes back to not only does the person that's in the relationship have to be, we as friends and people that care about the people that we see trying to do things in their life, we have to be accountable and be like, say, bro, like if you gonna, you know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be with that woman, then go on and be with her and stop like, messing her over or whatever. Now sometimes
have you ever done that though? Have you ever done something like that every day? Told your homeboy, look, man, you need to stop messing her over. Ain't nobody finna do that.
No, what I'm saying, I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm saying, like, everybody that made them. I'm saying.
But look, I'm saying like, okay, now, I mean, I'm gonna just use y'all as an example. The Johnsons over here, y'all been down this road for a long time, and I done been there every damn step of the way. There was a point in time where I think I told both of y'all, like, man, look, just leave him the hell alone. Like, just go on and move on, because y'all both getting on my nerves with this yada yada, blah, blah, blah. So, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, I'll tell, but like you said, it just all depends on who the homeboy is and what the relationship is like. You know what I mean?
I think if it's getting out of hand, like I say, if you did it one time, you made a mistake, it happened. But if you got a dude that's like, man, this your third baby mama, like, and dude, you ain't tripping, like, it's like, dude, like, look at the cycle you creating. Like, you can say something after that. Everybody make mistakes, so you can't get on somebody for doing it one time. But if you know you got a homeboy just reckless, and you like, dude, you can't keep doing this because, like, ain't nobody probably telling him. He think it's cool, but he ain't looking at how it's affecting the kids and all, the effect he having around. Well, so I think you got to tell him or whatever, because.
You know what's crazy is that y'all just made me think about them youngsters that I be with. They got it. I think Ross might have said it. They got it backwards. They are trying to have the child first. Ain't no trying. Right. They having the child first.
Right.
Like,
marriage ain't even on the table.
It's not even. It's like, watch this. They want to get married, and they be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get married or whatever," but like, we're gonna have 4 kids first. And it's like, and that's what I be saying. Like, look, do you tell them then, like, hey, no, stupid, like, oh boy, you saying Wayne's brother, to Marlon, yeah, like, that ain't really the best thing to do because you have 1, 2, 3 kids by this dude, and then he's saying he gonna marry you, but then 10 years go by, and now y'all in y'all 30s, and this dude ain't really did that. It's like, man, I don't know, man.
So okay,
I don't know, man.
Now let me now.
Look, this is what I'm doing every day. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, I don't know.
Okay, so with that question, I don't want to spend too much time on it, but let's just backtrack and throw this out there. This was a previous question. So in that situation, should a timeline be put in place? Should the expectation be?
Oh well,
you know what
I'm
I mean?
I'm always gonna tell. I feel like it's always the females that like the dudes be needing the timeline in my mind. So. Yes, definitely need some sort of timeline, dude.
But when you tell the girl like, hey, you'll tell the girl like, hey, you got 2 kids by him, like, you know what you doing? Why you keep having kids by this dude and he ain't with you or whatever? So it's like
after they have about 2 kids, man, it's like and like y'all still not married, and it's like
we know the definition of insanity. So
I don't want to tell you what to do.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing too.
I ain't judging, but I mean, come on, this ain't gonna end well. Like this ain't gonna end well.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. Me and Ross can attest to this. I don't care how good of a dude you is. I don't care how good your intentions is. It is hard to raise a kid that you don't stay with. You can tell them over the phone to do something. You can text them to do something. And me and Chess can tell you too. When your daddy in the house, you act different than when he out the house telling you what to do. It's like he called you, hey, did you do this, you do that? You like, yeah, I did. You're like, man, I get you when I get you. So it's hard to raise a kid that you ain't in the house with. So it started trickling down. So it's like, I can say it from experience, like it's better to raise a kid in the house than out the house if you care. It's just hard or whatever.
Ross, last thing I want to say about this, it just came in my mind. I do the kids or whatever with the counseling. Most of the time I have little boys, from 5 to 20. Dude, the first question I ask them is always behavior problems in school. First question I always ask them. First question I ask, where your dad at?
Yeah. And what would you say on a percentage wise is usually the percentage answer that you need?
Well, watch this. It's very low that daddy is around, and what I normally get is I don't know where he at. I ain't seen him in years. They normally be just seen him before, but then it just be like years since they done seen him. And whenever I bring that up, their whole body changes. And I already know. That's the problem right there.
Yeah, that's what the causes effects.
We can start right there. How about that?
Long-term effects.
We can start right there.
Right, there you go.
For sure.
There you go. Mm-hmm. We can definitely say that's where the probably about, I'd say maybe 65 to 70% of the root of the problem is. So, let's just stop that. Let's get this thing together, black people. But it ain't just us; it's all people. But we specifically speaking to those because that is what the hell we are. Oh, so look, Pastor done damn near messed up church money over here. Don't spill nothing on that soup.
What's he calling Pastor?
Almost got me.
Pastor done damn near knocked over the communion plate over there.
What, it third Sunday?
That's first Sunday. Ain't is it the first or last? I think it's different in different churches. I don't know.
I don't tell.
But anyway, all right, okay. So we're gonna go on and get into this next one, and this is one that I really can only speak on one side with because I only have one. So, how do we raise our children? Do we raise girls and boys different? And does that affect them as adults in the long run? Now, seeing as how I only have a boy, I'll speak to that. And I've thought about this before. It's like, I definitely would fucking raise my child different, like my daughter different than I raised my son. But that's just the way I feel like it has to be. Because he's going to deal with different things and she's going to deal with different things. Like, I got to prepare him or try to tell him about the stuff that I know that I went through or that I dealt with and might have messed up on, and try to hope that I can guide him to avoid those same pitfalls, but let him live his life and not really shelter him. But if I had a little girl, it would be like, oh, I just want to keep you right here in my pocket. I don't want you to go nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, I don't want to smother you. I want you to experience things and live life just like I would want for my son. I'm gonna kind of hold you a little tight, and you know what I mean. Like I think with me, I feel like I would give her more game about how teenage boys ain't worth a damn. So it's like I would want her to be strong mentally. In that way, it's like I don't even have to worry about what she's doing out there because I know I done put some fat on her brain, and you know what I mean. I know she's gonna be all right. So I don't know. I'm gonna let you fellas with the daughter speak on that because y'all got it on both sides. I don't know what the hell I do. Oh,
hey, and I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing about this question is, I thought about this the other day when my little girl 8. So when she was like, I think I told her to go clean up her room. Some normal people do, and she was like, "Daddy, you always clean my room, or you know what you mean? You go do it." And I thought to myself, I really thought to myself, I say, boy, it's gonna be a lazy girlfriend or somebody. Like, and I was like, now she 8 though, so I was like, man, I gotta get her, because I was thinking in my head, like, I'm raising somebody. I never want to think about this, but I'm raising somebody's wife though, on the slick. So I was like, man, she ain't gonna want to.
Never want to think about this.
You might as well wrap your mind around
Yeah.
it. Like I can't speak on it, but I feel like I would have to get that thought out of my mind. Like, man, look, this is my little girl, and she's gonna have a husband and a boyfriend and something.
But I was thinking though, like, I was like, I don't care. I was like selfishly thinking, like, I don't care how this dude. I don't care. I'm not gonna raise this my girl to be with this dude or whatever. But I mean, technically, I am though. So I was thinking, I was like, man, I gotta start making her like she 8 though. But it don't matter. But I was like, man, as a man, when you raising a daughter, you do like you say, you keep them here, you baby them, you don't want them to do this and do that, and you kind of can like hamper them to, well, let's say they get with a dude when they older. Now they don't want to do that. They lazy. They don't want to, because they so used to being spoiled or whatever. And so I think me being that she 8, I know that I got to change the tide or whatever. Not for no dude, first off, at all.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, we do think about that, but it's just for them on the individual level.
For her to be independent herself or whatever, because I want my daughter to be able to be independent, don't have to ask nobody for nothing, know how to do stuff on her own. But then, too, you don't want to make them, like, you want to open the door for them and do stuff like that so they kind of know how a man should treat them, but you still want to be independent so they can do stuff on their own. But, so it's kind of like a tricky thing. With my son, it's no games. You don't want your son to be lazy. You be on him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing I can't stand. I always tell them, like, bro, you cannot be no lazy dude. Like, you got to work. You got to get up and do this and do that and do that. So it's like, as a boy, you really don't cut them no slack. Now, what you do on a boy, you get on them, and then you will kind of come back around and kind of restore them, like, hey, you did all right today. Like you did pretty good. Like,
yeah.
But
you gotta let them know why you doing them like that.
You tell them, like, man, I want you to be good about. You got to do that part because you don't want to always get on them. Because as a boy and a man, we always gonna be getting on them. Sound like, so you got to come back around and tell them, like, I just got on you because of this, but you're doing good, this and that. I just don't want you to be like this. So, girls, as a man, you definitely can hamper them if you give them too much leeway, spoil them too much. And I had to think about that today, like, man, I'm not finna teach you how to cook yet, but I was like, hey, maybe you could clean up your room every night. And like,
just a little small responsibility.
Yeah.
I saw something that it was it said with daughters or with girls, like you talking about, Renee, like you get pampered, or you know what I'm saying, like you used to having pops take care of everything. That daddy little princess. So she expect that from a man. Okay. Well, flip that coin. What about that boy that care about mama so much, and you know what I'm saying, used to mama doing everything, but when he meet a woman, I'm not your mama. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's good to flip.
Wait a minute. Pump the damn break. Now, you want me to be the shining exemplance of a man from what your daddy showed you, but I can't expect you to be what mom's was. I'm not saying be mama, but it's like, oh, I'm not your mama. Like, so I'm wrong for that? Like, No, double standard, man. That's what the hell is going on out here in the street. The double standard.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, that is true. Because what you're saying is like what we raise girls to expect a certain thing when they get older, but it's not coming back the other way around.
I guess you could say it's not. I guess it's not perceived or not accepted as well as like okay, well, yeah,
if the man is like that,
right? If you like that, like you know what I mean, because. You know, you done heard it like, yeah, you know, you're supposed to find you a man. Like your daddy should have showed you what a man is supposed to do for a woman. Yeah, what the hell my mama was there for? What? She wasn't supposed to show me what a woman was supposed to be like.
But see, and that go back to the restorative family thing too, because it depends on how you was raised.
Yeah.
Like if you had a single parent, because a lot of women hard on their daughters, so it's like it go back to that too.
So let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. That's what the conversation really starts from is it depends on what the house look like, on how that child gonna be getting raised. Because if it's a boy getting raised by his mama, we know what that's gonna look like. If it's a boy getting raised by his daddy, that could look a certain way. If it's a man,
what's best? If it's both in the house.
Oh, no doubt. And you know, well, here's the thing is that people get me with. It's just no way you can argue that having both in the house is best. Like,
yeah,
it's just no way you can argue around it.
Because now you showing them an example of how to break that cycle or whatever you want to call it. Like now, once they come up, they have kids. You know what I mean? Like it's just it continues down the line or whatever.
Dude, so, I don't know what I'm gonna do with Billy. Look, we was in here talking earlier. I was telling Kim about what we was gonna be talking about tonight. And she was like, Billy, you know, we was like, Billy gonna be trying to go out and, you know, get a boyfriend when she like 10 years old. Because she like already, already is like a hopeless romantic or some shit. Like she'll watch them Disney movies and stuff, son. And just be like, and she just can't wait to like be like a princess and like this and that and this and that. And I just be like, Billy, I can't look, boss. I can't wait to tell her. Boy, the boys ain't worth a damn. You better go sit down.
Ain't worth. Look, check this out though. 2 dead classmates.
Watch this. You know, I already know though. It ain't gonna matter what I tell her. It ain't gonna matter what I tell her because she already got it in her, and she gonna have to watch this. She gonna have to touch that fire and get burned, whatever that fire might be.
Yep.
So how you think she Like you know, we know some women too that raise their daughters like you gotta cook, you gotta clean. Ain't no man gonna want you if you don't do this and that. So we done met women that's like overdo it to like please the man. My daughter is the other side. She gonna be like, what you mean? Like, you know, like I'm not cooking and cleaning. Like, so it's like it depends on that too or whatever. Like you say, it depends on who you raised by. And then as a man, I think we all trying to raise our boys the same. Though, like, man, you the head of the house, you do this and do that. And you know this and that. So, but then you got some men out there may raise their sons like, man, you know, like get you a woman gonna take care, cook and clean for you. Like,
hey, look, I'm gonna just throw it out there. I know we all done heard it before. Boy, you man, go on out there and get you one of them women that gonna take care of you. They tell you go get you an older one. Go get you one of them old ladies. She'll take care of you. And it's like, well what kind of lesson is that to teach? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. That ain't necessarily the best lesson we want to put on our little brothers and little brothers, not sisters. But I mean,
so it keep coming back to. I mean, it's like, well, how we raise them different. Watch this. I got a little boy. He 18 months now, so I ain't really got a chance to see like how it's gonna be different too much. But I tell you one way, it is different. I'm way more physical with him than I was when I was with Billy when she was.
Of course. Now, also, Belly was the first one. She was the first baby that you done ever had, and it's a little girl. So
look, you can ask Kim. Boy, when we brought her home, it was like a shock when she went into labor or something. I didn't have a chance to clean up fully like I wanted to. When we came home, I was so pissed that I didn't have that house spotless for Billy. I went in that room. I said, wait, before she even came in the bedroom. I went in there and I cleaned up and cleaned and brought her in there. That's what we started right there.
Yeah, see, look. And that damn baby didn't even know she was in the world yet. She didn't even know
I had
what was going on.
I had Deuce the other day in here by his legs upside down, holding him like this, shaking him.
What you
Yeah, see, like man? You say, even when they cry, we do different. Like when you got your son and he crying in the crib, you like, let him cry it out. He be all right. Yeah. Baby, you walk around with her like this the whole time, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I ain't never.
And we be setting them up.
I ain't crossed that bridge yet, so I don't know.
So what does that do when they get older, dude? What does that do?
I don't know. I don't, because like
you mean as far as like for the little girls or for the little boys or both?
Because I'm gonna tell you too. I think at the end of the day, sometimes they still.
Like I said, I can only speak on one.
They still have their own thing too, like their own personality. So no matter how much you do, they still got their own thing. Cause my daughter is spoiled by me, but a lot of times she be want to be independent on her own though. And I'm like, okay, you know. So
but I was about to
and then look,
how we do. Yeah, go ahead.
Now if it's like he got a little girl that he like or whatever, and it's like this dude be wanting to like he like Annabelle, not with the fairy tale thing, but he's so like want to buy this and buy that and buy that and buy this, and I'm like,
it's tricking if you got it.
He ain't got it. This dude hit me up and asked me. I'm like,
it might be a little tricky then, you know. I mean,
it ain't tricking if the girl got good intentions. It don't become tricking until you get tricked. So if she's like good girl, you could do it. But when you get tricked, that's when you're a trick. So I'm like, man, my baby girl, I don't know how she gonna do, man. Like she ain't got to that age yet. Like you say, Annabelle gonna be rocking around here thinking that dude's gonna pick her up over puddles and stuff and twirl her.
Yes. Oh yes, look.
She got this. Look. So Disney done painted this whole
Disney, bro.
Picture.
Look, and I'm gonna tell you, it's like I have to burst a bubble every chance I get. I slip in some realness to it, but it's like it's definitely them shows, and she definitely thinks that like the world. Watch this. I say that like she's still in Disneyland, like she's still a kid, so she thinks all of that stuff is gonna happen like that. And so, hey, it is what it is. But look, I was about to say with the boys, we do know what happened with the boys when we raise them, how we raise them. We teach them to be tough and teach them to not cry and all of that. Then we grow up as men and we can't talk.
We don't know how to share our emotions.
We don't know how to talk.
Now, and I'm telling one of those children that might be like Belly, like, girl, quit all that damn being emotional. Like, chill out with all this. Like, you know what I mean? So
because I don't know how to do it.
Because I don't know how to do it. So now I'm telling you to shut that shit up.
So that's how that shit.
Before y'all leave on that.
That's how that shit go from childhood to adulthood, like, and have problems.
Yeah.
Hey, but before y'all leave, I bet you if we had 3 women right in these spots we in, they have a whole different perspective on how they raise their daughters and their kids. I know some women, they tough on their daughters. I'm like, dang.
Kim be on Billy ass.
Yeah, so.
Oh man, she be on her. Look, I have to go save her all the time. Look, maybe today or last night, Billy said something, and she was like, "What'd she say?" And I was like, "Man, I got it, man. I got it. Just lay off her, man. I got it, man. I got it.
Ease up off her, man. Like,
but like, you remember when like for instance, like when our grandma when our uncle used to be around. Remember how she used to spoil him? She used to iron his clothes, and her daughter's like, man, you always treated this dude like different. So I could see Kim probably, being softer with Deuce.
Oh yeah.
With the
yes. She treated him totally different.
It's just a gender thing, I think.
Hey, watch this. I'm gonna tell you this before you go, Ross. Look, I promise you this. I saw a smile on her face I never seen before when he got here. So that let you know what I'm telling you. She treated him totally different.
See? That's just the way it goes. Like I said, it's just always it's the unspoken double standard. We say it's stupid or whatever, or it shouldn't be like that, but that's just what it is. That's just reality. That's just what we live with. We just live with the double standard that you are gonna raise your kids how you see fit, boy, girl, whatever. Like, you're going to do what you feel is best, and hey, that's your damn right. So, So, well, before we switch topics, we just want to remind y'all that the show is sponsored by A Humble Sinner. Make sure y'all go get on Amazon and go cop that. And make sure y'all like, subscribe, share all that to the page. We appreciate all the interaction. We appreciate all the interaction we've been getting. We love it. That's how we come up with these topics. You know what I mean? Like, we put this out here just to kind of pick the brains of the people out there that might choose to watch and let y'all inside our little clouded minds a little bit. So we're going to go ahead on and move on to the next one. So, again, this is one that I'm in the midst of. Well, kind of, you don't want to admit it, but what is the best age for dating for your children?
Ross, he won't admit it, Ross.
Not children. Oh, man, look here. Man, come on now.
Talk about it, Ross. Talk about it, Ross.
Look, hold on. Let me. 14 be 15 in next month. It's like, man, you belong to me, first of all. So it's like, I know at that age, my eyes was open and I was looking.
Oh,
now, true enough, he might not have a girlfriend or whatever, but it's like, I asked him, I know you somebody over there. Like, come on now, don't play me. I ain't no idiot.
Don't play me.
Don't play me. I ain't no idiot. And no, you know. But the whole time I'm like hustling over his shoulder, looking at Snapchat, and I'm seeing the names with the hearts and I'm putting your business out there, Joey. Anyway, it's like, man, I feel like he's at that age, like I say, he's 14, about to be 15. I feel like even if I did have a daughter, I would probably still let her have her little boyfriend or whatever, freshman in high school. Like, you know, that shit ain't gonna last. Like, yeah, girl, like you said, Chelsea, you gotta let her touch that stove and get burnt. So it's like, yeah, own and see that he ain't worth a damn and realize that you need to focus on other stuff. So it's like, I feel like I would do the same with my daughter, but I don't know. Like I said, he don't tell me nothing, so I don't know. He's at the age where I feel like it's appropriate and comfortable for him to, like, you know, start, you know, sending messages or whatever, and, you know, maybe want to go to the movies or whatever. But I don't know. I guess it's different strokes for different folks. I feel like he's at that age as a freshman in high school. Like, that's when it gets jumped off, I feel.
This a tricky one here. It's a tricky one.
And it is, Mister, with these little girls. I mean, it is tricky. You can't date till she's 37.
Now I'm saying the tricky thing about that is I always be wondering, like, what's these kids' definition of dating?
That's what I was about to say.
So it's like
what does it mean to have a boyfriend, or like, put like this? I always ask them, what does that mean? What you mean? What's a boyfriend?
Yeah, so that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Once I know your definition and I'm cool with it, then I probably will be able to say you can do that. Because if you think dating is what you see me doing, like, no, you're not gonna be, you're not gonna be doing that. Yeah, I'm not saying what I'm doing, but I'm saying, like,
what you say, Ross?
Look at me, Chuck. What they out there doing? But
you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do what the grown-ups doing. But if you think dating is what you said, texting, walking to class, holding hands, maybe some
puppy love
to the movies, skating, stuff like that, then we can talk now of.
I don't think they skate.
The crazy thing is, like,
I guess I'm out of touch. I ain't know that.
The shopping centers, the mall, walk around the mall, stuff like that. I'm cool with it, but that's why I say I have to know her definition of his definition of dating.
At what age are you cool with it?
Yeah, that's the question.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, when I'm cool with it, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you had a good point. High school. When you get in high school, I can roll with it and be like, oh, that's a little boyfriend. But we have to have a dating discussion. We got to define
it. But okay, now, I mean, I don't know how they doing it these days, but I know, and y'all know, when we was coming up, you had the Valentine's Day dance in 7th, 8th grade. Now,
I'm about to say, look, this stuff come up in middle school for sure. It's gonna come up in middle school. Like, can I go to the movies maybe, or can we go meet here? Like, can we go meet on at the mall place or whatever? Oh, that's gonna come up in middle school. Yeah.
Meet me at the movies at South Park, 7:30 Saturday.
So it's in elementary too. So I mean, they got boyfriends in elementary too.
Elementary, that's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, I think elementary.
Well, you saying what we'll be cool with? Because they got them.
Oh,
so
no,
like I say,
I'm saying, what will you be cool with? Will you be cool with?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
13 years old.
7th, 8th grade, maybe, you know. But like I say, I got to know your definition. If we can sit down and you say, this is what I do when I say I'm dating, and I'm cool with it, then, hey, I guess it is what it is, you know, for the boys.
So what do you do? What
Look, you talking about Ross. You talking about for the boys, Ross.
I mean, I'm about to throw this next question out there for you girl dads. For you girl dads, what do you do when the daughter says, "Oh, daddy, I didn't want to come over this weekend. Is that okay?"
Okay, watch this.
In the 9th grade.
Watch this. I don't know when that's gonna happen because I can't even really see it. Like you say, 9th grade. Because watch this. In my mind, I just think 16. For some reason, you know, we think that's the age of like,
yeah,
I don't know, cross the threshold or something where they can start doing that type of stuff.
You think that's when the wheels start turning? But hell,
well, no, the wheels start turning at 10.
Oh, I say 6th grade. Mine was on full tilt like a damn.
So I think like that whole I think watch this. I'm gonna play that however it come, right? Because shoot, she might ask to let the little boy come over in 9th grade, or she might ask some little boy to come over in the 7th grade. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what is he doing when he get over there?
So I say this.
So it could be different though, right? If he coming over and he in the 7th grade, they could just be sitting in the living room watching TV. I mean, that's what they're gonna be doing any damn way. But
I mean, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But a seventh grader, I feel like got different intentions than a 10th or 11th grader.
Are you sure? What kind of 7th grader were you? Because I know what kind of 7th grader.
Well, you know what I'm saying, like. Watch this. I tell you what. When I was in the 7th grade, I wasn't doing what I was doing when I was in the 11th grade.
Yeah, that's
Ross.
So let me ask you this, Ross. When you say your son,
Ross.
Yeah.
When you say your son, he date or whatever, or not date, you ask him. I'm gonna tell you something.
You don't tell me.
My daddy used to ask me every day he picked me up, and you know how we was. We don't tell our parents nothing.
And that's what I'm saying.
And it trickled down.
Right, I know because I did the same thing. And it took for my mama to come to the football banquet my freshman year. And she saw me like clowning with the fellas, and it's like she was like, I didn't think you talked outside of that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so I know he got that different side of him, like when he around his people, when his friends, or he's at school. I don't know what that Jalen right there is about. So you know what I mean? I know.
So what about this? So what about this? When do you have that like
the dating talk?
Yeah, like, because I'm gonna tell you, dude, I had a pretty bad experience one time. I got caught with a young lady in the house, 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And we was doing some unsavory things in the living room.
Was y'all dating?
Was we dating?
Were you dating?
Yeah, was you dating?
It was a date that night.
Come on.
Dude, and look, our mama walked in, Ross. Our mama walks in the door, Ross.
No, not mama.
Yes, Ross, look.
You would rather I feel like in that situation, you would much rather have Pops walk in. You don't want Mama to walk in. You want Pops to walk in. For that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because the daddy kind of
anybody walking in.
You must have been in there just being grown.
Well,
how did the girl get over there?
Just being grown now. We weren't all the way just being grown, but we were doing too much. Dude, she looked and she just walked onto the room, and then she was like, probably about 5-10 seconds went by. She called me back there. And she said, "Get that girl the hell out of this house." And I was like, all right. I went over there, got the girl up out of there, and then she called me back there. "Do you need some condoms?" I was like, no.
You wasn't even supposed to see that. Like, that wasn't even supposed to, you wasn't even supposed to.
That's what I'm saying. Look, they gonna tell us, of course, that they ain't talking to nobody, Ross. But check this out, Ross. He needs some condoms, Ross.
Okay, but let me ask you this though: what if you had that talk with them, with the boy and the girl, and you tell them like Annabelle right now, what you think her idea of dating is? Because she might say she want a boyfriend now. What you think she think that mean?
Going to the movies, you know, like going out, them picking her up. Like,
and she damn sure can't go to the movies at 5 or 6.
No.
So she don't need a boyfriend right now.
No.
So I'm saying when she get to that age, like, are you gonna tell her like, well, you know, now you like, I guess you gotta always update like, what you think dating is? If you telling me you got a boyfriend, I want to know what you think that is. Then if your definition match what my definition is, we can probably work on that or whatever.
Well, your definition gonna be different because your definition gonna be different because you daddy-o. So it's like your definition, and you also have the right to change your definition as the age changes. So it's like, you know what I mean?
You know what? I'm just sitting here thinking, look, Rob, I'm just sitting here thinking, I don't think I'm ever gonna be cool with that whole boyfriend title.
So it's like even if she 21 and she like, Dad, I want to bring my boyfriend home.
Well, she's 21, Rob. She's 21, Ross. I don't give a damn on what she doing by that time. Now I ain't gonna. I mean,
but still, like, but still,
I'm talking about like middle school, high school, even like your boyfriend. Look, I mean, I already know my reaction. You want to bring your boyfriend over? What? Yo, what?
So why?
Like,
oh, okay. You don't think that might?
And you know what I might say, Ross? I might say, Ross, bring his ass over here. Bring him over here.
Well, yeah.
Because check this out. Because look what you just said about yours. We know that they act different when they're not away from us. So they can tell us that they ain't got no boyfriend, they ain't doing whatever. But when they at school, they hugged up. That's their boyfriend. And we don't have a clue about it.
Down your throat.
He's talking about tongue all down your throat.
Ain't that what Biggie said? Left stroke, right stroke, left stroke, tongue all down your throat. Come on now.
Dude, please believe they're gonna be doing stuff, and we don't have a clue, and they're gonna be been doing it. Straight up.
That's why I say prepare. You have to prepare yourself.
That's why you got to be like, you got to not be as strict on them now. They're not gonna want to tell you nothing anyway, because I know you ain't strict like that, Ross. He still don't want to tell you. So it's like you got to be easy with them to get a little bit out of them. Mm-hmm. So it's like, man, the communication got to be there, and I think, like I say, most kids, if they got parents that they respect, they'll come tell them, you know, like, Daddy, you know, I kind of got, well, I'm not going to say they will. Most time you find out from their friends or whatever, but the age of dating on my end is when you tell me what you think dating is. And then I can say, and I'm going to tell you something too, we being unrealistic. These kids ain't trying to come to your house. Got no more. They hitting it. they trying to go fast to the movies. They want to go hang out at an Airbnb together. Like, it's like,
yeah, see, I thought about that though. Like, I thought about that with shoot, by the time they get into high school, ain't nobody trying to come to your house. You're right. Like, no.
Because they got somebody mama that ain't at the house that we can go to Ross' house. His mama ain't never there. You know, we hang out over there because she work nights. So it's like, whew. So I don't know the age.
Look at Ross. Did you have one of those spots to go through, Ross?
Oh, did I have a spot? Yeah, I had a spot.
Yeah. Somebody mama never at home.
Check this out. So I'm gonna give y'all a little story. Check this out. Now, Chester, I know you remember very vividly. We at Laura Ann's house, and she done pulled up. And oh my goodness, we had, well, I don't think I did, but another one of our good close friends had his woman in the house. And she pulled up on us. And I don't know, I think I might have been in the back room. They was in the living room. And she came in there and she let World War III go. I'm talking about them little girls was all kind of bitches and everything else. But it's like, hey, can you blame them? Because first of all, I was totally out of line for having them damn girls in there, for having all of you little nappy Negroes in there when she wasn't there. Because, you know, that's all. Hey, don't have nobody in my house when I ain't here. So it's like, she had to handle me differently probably than she would have handled a little girl or whatever. It's like, she didn't really have to go off on those young ladies like that. But, you know, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I don't know. It's just like I said, it's that double standard. She handled that differently because she probably didn't want, y'all ain't finna be in here making babies and doing all that on my watch, under my roof. And now y'all folks mad at me thinking this is the kicky spot.
Yeah.
So, she gotta handle that, nip that in the bud and put that fear in them. And I don't think any of those women ever came back to that house. I know they did.
And then too, as a woman, she kind of wanted to let them know what y'all look like, so they kind of in the back of their mind, it's like, dang, we look like that to that woman, like, so hey, I'm gonna say high school you can start dating on the real low level. Real low level.
He's on the real low level.
Oh, what is the real low level? So
walking to class, going to the movies.
This ain't Richard Cunningham and
I know.
1965, man.
We gotta bring it back.
Ain't nobody doing that, man. What is you talking about?
You're not spending the night, and then, man, I'm talking about they spending the night stuff. They always got something sneaky up their sleeve, like. Man, that woman ain't even at the house. Y'all talking about y'all staying over there later house. Like, bro.
I know. Look, I ain't gonna put it out there for just you. Well, I know what the spot was for me. Because his mama was always on the late shift.
See? We already know. We know who the spot was.
She was always on that late shift. We ain't gonna throw no names out there because this, statute of limitations.
We be over there at 5 in the morning.
Man, boy. Well, yeah, so I guess it all just boils down to is your preference and like what it is that you want to instill in your kids. If you want to slow groove them like Pastor over here, Pastor say he gonna slow groove. I'm calling him Pastor because it's damn time. I can't tie this.
You know how them people thinking he a real pastor.
Oh yeah, well let's just first of all let's just make it be clear that
you never know.
Ain't nobody ordained on this line, but. Yeah, so it's just all about personal preference and what it is you choose to do. That's kind of what that is. So moving right along, like I said, we love our viewers and the people that do choose to interact with us. We starting to kind of get a little bit more, so we want to keep that going. Like I said, make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, whatever, the Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube. Let us know. Give us y'all thoughts, opinions, whatever. We love it. That's what we're here for. Like I said, it's a universal world with universal citizens. So we're going to go on and get into the viewer question of this week. And I feel like this one is, I don't know if I'm going to try to filter myself on this one because I do have some strong
Somebody's going to try to filter yourself.
Well, I mean, I don't want to piss nobody off, but I guess that's what we here. They want to know. They want to know what are our views on the Black Lives Matter movement and how do we feel, how do us as black men, how have we dealt with racism and police now and in the past? Like, do we have any experiences or whatever? So let me go on and say I think. I mean, hey man, some people feel like it's a anti-terrorist group.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Ross?
The Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I just want the people to know what you're talking about.
The Black Lives Matter movement. Now, let me just paraphrase or put it my 2 cents on it. The movement, the actual movement, the hashtag or whatever y'all want to call it. I don't know. I'm kind of still up in the air on now. I'm gonna try to be as politically correct as I can. I'm still a little up in the air on that, but. The phrase that Black Lives Matter, I'm 100% behind. You're damn right they do. Yes, Black Lives Matter. The phrase itself is what I stand for. The movement, like I said, I don't not support it, but I don't fully support it. I don't feel like just because I'm black, I should be out here shouting Black Lives Matter because when you read through the bylaws and all that, what that organization stands for, like, it's just some things in there that make me question. They make me question certain things. So it's like I'm not going to fully commit to something like we was talking about, like, I got to be a Democrat because I'm black. Like, no, I'm not going to fully commit to the Black Lives Matter movement, but I see some things that kind of make me raise an eyebrow. So, just say you got to sleep with that third eye open. So the third eye is open with that. I mean, I'm all about the advancement of my people. And I do love the phrase that Black Lives Matter because they do. But the movement, I don't know. That's kind of like a toss-up. I mean, I'm going to let y'all have it before I get too deep.
I never thought about that.
I'm going to say this, the Black Lives like that. the movement itself, like I say, I'm like you, like I don't know the group, the mission statement. I don't really know what that is, so I can't just say that's what I represent or don't represent it or whatever. Because a lot of times they catch on to something and it'd be a whole another hoax or whatever. So it's like now this gonna sound pretty different than what people probably think. Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I'm gonna come from the pastor thing. Now, and I don't always agree with this statement, but it's true. But people use it in different ways to make it to make you kind of like they dumb down this stuff. Black Lives Matter. We got to stop killing each other. First off, if you want to say Black Lives Matter, we know what the police doing. We know that's wrong. But man, we in a city where, man, Black Lives Matter, but we kill each other all the time. Like senseless stuff. So it's like if you saying Black Lives Matter and you want to support this movement of Black Lives Matter movement, you got to always start inside your house. So it's like if the movement is that, you got to start valuing each other's life first off. So that's the first thing I think. Forget the title. If you're going to live by the phrase, like you got to start treating each other more like we mean something to each other, whatever. Like, man, people don't fight no more. People don't argue no more. They killing each other. So it's like, so if the Black Lives Matter, then you got to start making it matter, and you got to start look at each other more than just, I ain't gonna say the word, an N-word or whatever. You gotta stop looking at each other just like you ain't. You gotta look at something. You gotta look at this dude like he's somebody's brother, husband,
what you think you're taking for him, Ross?
I say looking at him like you're another.
Yeah, like if I look at Ross and I see somebody's son, somebody's dad, or somebody this and that, then I'm gonna value his life more than just thinking he the ops or whatever. Like, no, brother.
Hey, gotta keep my Draco for them ops.
Yeah, so that's my thing. I think we gotta start respecting each other's life more as black people. Like we gonna deal with the police. Yeah. It's like, hey, movement thing. Like, man, I think that just.
I'm gonna answer the question.
That's a hoax. I think.
If you on Black Lives Matter movement, look, I don't get behind no movement that I see up on that TV screen.
There you go. Thank you. You said it. You pretty much summed up every damn thing that I wanted to say in just that quick statement.
I wouldn't get behind. Watch this. I don't do movements too much, and I don't think I would get behind a movement unless I was like in the meetings when they were setting up what the goals and objectives was. Like, I can get behind that movement, but other than that, I don't know what y'all doing. I like what you said, Ross, though. I never thought about that, though. I mean, I have thought about it, but not like you said it. Like, the phrase Black Lives Matter, like, yes, like, I like that whole thing because it's like, y'all be out here tripping sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? So I see how you might need to say that, use that phrase. But, I mean, Renell made a good point, too. It's like, I also feel like, if y'all gonna say that, go say it in the hood.
Yeah, go
right,
touch
the ones up and down the hood and with our
But you don't want to go over there, and then this is just an assumption. But let me tell you why you don't want to go over there, because it's not on Main Street.
Yeah,
that's not. We're not gonna put the sign. We're not gonna paint it on the middle of the street over there off of Juella or nothing like that. Like, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna put it over there. We're gonna put it on Main Street so it look beautiful with all these other backdrop light.
And it's like,
pretty. We don't
want you to know what's going on.
You to see how these people really live.
Like Renee said, we know what's going on with the police and all that, man. But you know what, too? Me and Renee was talking about this. Look, Ross, I can honestly say I done got pulled over. By the police maybe about 5 or so times. Like, for whatever it may be. Probably more than that. I have never had one encounter. I'm trying to really think. I never had an encounter where I felt like the cop was being racist towards me, if that makes sense. I felt like they was being racist towards the vehicle I was in, maybe.
Ain't that big body.
Riding around and somebody big body with the 24s on it. With the 24s on it, Ross.
Typical dope boy starter kit.
Ross, you go in the wrong neighborhood, they finna whoop whoop. Whoop whoop whoop. Let me check you
Where you
out.
coming from, son?
And
It comes from
but every time though, Ross, watch this. Every time I got that, and anytime I got pulled over by the cops, I have to say that they have always been respectful to me. I never got nobody to say nothing to make me be like, what you say? Like, never. Like, have I gotten that? Now, I know it's happening out there every day. And I hope it don't never happen.
Wait a minute.
But I can't
remember that. Somewhere, because lest ye forget, do you remember that night in H-Town?
Hey, I was telling Renell about that.
We was getting ready to go to my homeboy uncle, like, you know, he had like a little charity weekend or whatever. We was getting ready to go shoot some pool. Now we coming down, I was staying on the north side. I think the pool hall was actually over on the south side off like I-10 or something. So somehow or another, no, it was off 190. It was off of 190, 290, whatever the hell it is. So we coming, somehow or another, we end up coming down like over there by like where the Galleria is, and we was kind of over there in that area a little bit. It was probably about 9:30. And I want to say we might have been on Post Oak, so it might not have been the Galleria. I remember. But anyway, we get them lights hit us. Now, we was young and foolish. We was in the 95? We was in Liz. We was in the 95 Cutlass Sierra white glass house, no tent. So I don't even remember like why he pulled us over. But
didn't he pull you over for your didn't he say it was the light on your license plate?
It was either the light on my license plate or either I only had one damn like the brake light. So I don't know. It was something very menial. But anyway, he pulls us over, and of course, we as young, however old we was back then, we you know what I'm saying, doing what we do on the highway when you're in age, baby, you know what I'm saying? So we might have had a little something in the ashtray. That was it. That man took us out that car and put us in the backseat of that police car and searched that damn car. Now, the whole time, I'm in the back thinking like, damn, who do we call? You probably don't remember, but you was over there, shit, man, you gonna find that shit, man. We finna go to jail, man. We finna go to jail.
I do remember. I said we finna go to jail.
Like, Renell, I was kind of like, I kind of lost him for a second.
He ended up being pessimistic.
I kind of lost him for a second. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, you tighten up, like, damn, like, we gonna be all right. He didn't, I guess, because it was an older car.
Remember, he went out through the trunk and stuff. He went out through the trunk.
He was in the trunk. He was in the.
He was looking for the bricks. He wasn't looking for that joint.
He could have. And look, I thought about that. He very well could have saw it, but it's like I can't worry about that.
I'm trying to get the big bus. Like,
where's the bricks? Like, but man, he let us go, and we got on the highway and fired that son bitch up because our nerves were shot. But it's like, look,
we had to.
It's like. I had to fire that thing up. But it's like Rose say on what's song, I think it's on one of them freestyle, he said, man, y'all know it's hot on Post Oak. You wasn't lying.
So Ross, you think that was racial? That's what I told Renell. I don't know if that was, you think that was racially induced? Like,
I mean, well, for him to pull us over and do what he did, we gave him a reason. Or I gave him a reason with my car.
And then check this out, Ross. He didn't handcuff us. He didn't talk crazy to us. He didn't do any of that, did he?
He didn't. He wasn't like, he kind of had like a stern demeanor, like, I'm gonna bust these niggas, but like, we got nothing for you, officer. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing for you.
Well, let me say this then. Because that big body he talking about, that was my car. So look.
Yeah.
I ain't Russell Wilson, something nice too. So 95 Caprice, paint, rims, music, all that.
Baby blue, wasn't it? That thing was baby blue?
Baby blue. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't care where I went. It was a chance I was gonna get pulled over. I'm working a 9 to 5 like a family man, like I'm chilling. So I'm gonna say this: you don't get pulled over because they racist all the time, but they dang so stereotyping you. They stereotyping you because I'm gonna tell you, I can have license, registration, all that. I can be I got a Charger. When I went and got a Charger, I could not have insurance, this and that. I never got pulled over because the car didn't look like what they like profiling people in or whatever. So it's like And I didn't got put over in that Caprice before. Like you said, I got put over for the license plate, the light on the license plate. I'm like, I didn't even know it was a light back there. But they would always ask me, could they search my car? And I'm like, man, I ain't never had nobody ask me this. What is your cause? Like, do you see the bricks hanging out? Like, you searching my car because you have stereotyped me saying that these cars are with dudes that do this. So that is racist, stereotype, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But it's because I never had nothing. I never got in trouble. But they were definitely searching the cars because we was black. Because you can say stereotype. What they stereotyping us as? Black dudes that do this. So it's kind of like, so I mean, the black, like I didn't encountered it, but never like the just blatant like, man, this dude like he want to spit in my face and all that. But their actions have been definitely stereotyped to me.
Yo, look, this is I'm a pubber because I read the new Jim Crow by my girl. Hey, they talk about all that stuff that he's saying because they definitely do look for certain stuff. That's what that book talk about. The police is looking for them big rims, is looking for this and that to pull you over because they looking for stuff. So,
but you know the crazy thing about it, like they look at the cars like they stereotype drug dealer cars, but it's a culture of you could just be a car lover. I was a car lover, so it's like that's the stereotype. I'm a car lover. That don't mean I like 95. I don't say 95%. Half the people just got the cars because they into cars.
Yeah.
Drug dealers trying to be low key. They ain't in them cars like that.
They should be low key, but you know, it's idiots out there.
Yeah, so I think she had a question too. She said, what versus battle would we want to see coming up?
Yeah, and Bruce Leroy versus Showing Up.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm done with these verses. Like they over with. I
was about to say, man, that mess been over with. Like when
there's a rap now.
When the first
they're not in sight, man.
When this album first hit, it was some relief. It was some relief. Just having something to watch. But like you say, now we got all this stuff. We kind of getting back to whatever. Like nobody caring about them verses.
Nah,
and they not even like
on that stage and perform.
Yeah, they not even fun.
They that on stage.
Yeah.
Like they're not fun because, like I say, like they really just playing music. Like you say, it was something to do because we had nothing. But what's the fun out of watching two people play their songs? Like I don't care. But I did enjoy the R&B ones. Remember they was doing the R&B ones at first. Like they had on two producers or whatever. I like the R&B better than the
rap.
The rap, like it just, I guess it don't. It's over with. The wave gone. Like the verse is gone. If they spice it up some kind of different way, and I don't even know how they could do that. Maybe T.I. and 50 Cent get in there and throw jabs at each other. Or something,
I mean, it's gonna have to be a big name in order to like. I don't even want to say save it because it's like I said, this shit is eventually gonna taper off. But
see, think about that though. Even if you do get some big names, like think if they got Jay-Z and Lil Wayne. After that, you can't do it no more.
Yeah, it's a wrap. We need to go ahead
and
shut
that
it
would
down.
be it. But then who you gonna come with after that?
We need to shut it down after that.
And I'm gonna tell you too, they not judging it. They not like money not be on the line. Like it's just like I don't want to watch y'all play y'all music. Like I could care less. Like I'm good. So I don't care to see no verses.
I mean, me personally, I'm kind of the same way. It's like I only actually watched the to me the best one was T-Pain and Lil Jon. That was the best one. Because their personalities made it like so much better. And of course you sitting there watching and you just see the level of drunkenness that these Negroes is getting to. And it's like, yeah, okay, like that one was cool because it took me back. It took me back to 2003.
That was good. That was the best one for sure.
It took me back to them times and them student unions and you know what I'm saying? We got them throwbacks on and them crispy white tees. It took me somewhere, so that one was good. They say the Beanie Man and
I heard that one was real good.
Was it Bounty Hunter?
Might have been the two Jamaican dudes though, but they say that was real good.
They say that one was so good. Damn police came in there and told them they had to stop. They were making too much damn noise. So I don't know where they was at, but I mean the Jagged Edge and 112. Man, I felt like that was like watching your uncle, like he done got drunk at the family reunion and he's thinking he can sing again. It's like, man, y'all gonna tell Uncle sit down somewhere.
So that's another thing. Maybe they get in there and they sing live against each other or something like you gotta do something because I think we'll let the air out of it too. Remember Teddy Riley and them? We was all ready for that one. We was like this.
Yeah.
It just was like a letdown.
the momentum was rolling, and then Teddy want to come in there like he back at at Crush Brew or whatever. It's like, man, just come in there and play the song. Man, ain't nobody got time for all that. And he just threw it all off. So that kind of killed the momentum, I would say.
Yeah, indeed.
I vote no more verses. Let's kill verses.
There you go. It had its time.
Yeah, we had a good run. Runs over. You know, let's go and get back to some type of reality. Well, speaking of reality, shit, this one is we want to talk about this documentary that's out there on Netflix. It's called what was it called again? The social dilemma. Pretty spooky. If y'all hadn't watched it, y'all might want to check that out. It's some shit that we all deal with daily. It's called The Social Dilemma on Netflix, and we're all a bunch of damn weirdos out here. But the thing is, know you're a weirdo. Don't act like you ain't no weirdo and like this shit is like just norm, like, because no, it's not. Understand what you're doing. We ain't gonna go into too much about it because we want y'all to watch it. But yeah, y'all need to check that out. Social Dilemma. I think it will touch a nerve with everybody. Y'all, how y'all felt about it? Just real quick, how y'all felt about it?
Well, like you say, I think definitely everybody should watch it because it kind of make you take a step back or whatever and kind of like reevaluate what you're doing. But I think it's about the internet, basically, how the internet control you and program you and Facebook and all that. And I think we all have been on Facebook and then Google something or looked up something. And now all of a sudden, since I looked up watches, I got 10 ads on my page about watches. So they program your page specifically for you to get you to buy stuff, like the ad people basically buying your data or whatever to promote to you or whatever. Now, the spookiest thing to me was when the dude was like, he had to reprogram his software to take himself out of it. Like he was like, he had to redo his data some kind of way because he knew what it was going on, but he knew he couldn't stop it on his own. So he had to reprogram everything. And another thing that kind of tripped me out, they said that the Wikipedia even be different for everybody. Like based off what I like and what you like, they may say, like, if you look up climate control, they're going to tell you something different because you live over there than what I'm going.
It wasn't the Wikipedia. It wasn't the Wikipedia. You're talking about the Google.
It was a Google search, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know
it's
that.
Like
I didn't know that, though.
Based off where you are regionally, it will tailor your results to where you are regionally. So like
we never all on the same page or whatever because they programming each. And I'm like, dang, like that's pretty. And then when they interviewed the Facebook dude, he was like, he didn't know what to say. He was stuttering. She was like, do you think you're doing this and doing that? I think said something about the election. Did you think you controlled it or helped it? And he was like, he couldn't even answer it. So it's like, man, it's hard. And like I say, another one was when they took all them phones from the table as they was gonna eat. The kids was going crazy. Like the girl broke in the phone case because she couldn't take it. And we all know how they be like. And I said, I'm gonna do it this week. My baby attached to her tablet too. Because you doing internet on the tablet, you doing work on the tablet, you doing fun on the tablet, you looking on the weather on the tablet. So it's like, if you can try to beat it, it's a good documentary. I think everybody should watch it because hey.
It's definitely an eye-opening, if nothing else. But I think, well, me personally, and just you remember all them old, you remember when we used to have them conversations? And we used to be like, oh, well, we can't really say nothing to nobody else. They gonna think we're a little strange if we put this shit out there or we try to talk to somebody else about this. So it's like, I feel like we was thinking about all that back then, and I don't even like saying the term woke. I hate that shit. It's like I like to say we were questioning. We were questioning things like, man, what the hell? Like, because it was a little weird once you back then when it first started happening, you go to Google and you Google, like you said, watches, and now you seeing this on your timeline. It's like, man, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? But now, I would say maybe
it's like we know what's going on.
In the last maybe 5 to 7 years, maybe less, you start to accept it. Like, okay, well, that's actually kind of convenient, you know? I can do it right here, but it's like, nah, man, that's not cool, man. Like,
hey, Rob, that happened to me the other day. The other day, I forgot what it was, but like you said, I know I was looking at it over here on Google, and then I came to Facebook, and it was right there, But it was so crazy. It was right there, like such at a convenient time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Boom, hit it. And then it's like you said, with this documentary make you see that, wait a second. And even for somebody like us, dude, that we was already looking at this stuff sideways.
Right.
Like, we didn't know that it was rocking like this. I'm gonna tell you that. I'll tell you what got me the biggest parts was, you know what got me? I like that scene at the kitchen table. That was very good. But then look, the little boy, I like the little avatar they had when he was just sitting up there like this.
Ah, yeah, that was
showing like just going from like
yeah. And then look, when they was like, well, what's going on? His activity, we need to give him a little boost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's send him a like, you know what I mean? Like, or let's put this out there because we've seen that he done spent most of his time looking at this girl.
Yeah.
Well, let's put something out there.
Yeah.
Let's put something out there that she done posted for him.
And the crazy thing about it is, when they explain, you know, we'll hear people talk about the algorithm, and it's like, we don't know what the algorithm is, but it's like, it's this computer that's making that feed come up on your phone. And it's doing it differently for everybody in the whole damn world. Like, man, that's pretty crazy. But then too, look, the little girl, when she went and got her phone and went and got in the bed. It all made sense.
I missed that one. What happened?
Look, she posted a picture on whatever, you know, she was using.
With the face or whatever, and then she went in the bathroom, and it just like,
man, look, I know that's what's going on right now with these kids. She put up a picture, dude, look. She put up a picture of her regular face. See, because I don't use filters and stuff like that, so I don't really know how that stuff works. But she put up a picture of her regular face, and then she put it on whatever she was using. And I think it got like 2 likes, you know, but it wasn't really like making no move. So she deleted it or whatever. And then she took another picture and she added like some filters of like some makeup, like some eyeshadow on her eyes, like, and she was like, did something like that or something. And then she did all that and she put that up. And she instantly started getting all the likes. People start commenting, oh, beautiful, beautiful, this and that. And then one person was like, oh, look at them big ass ears.
I don't mean to
She was like, look, and then she tried to hide her ears with her hair and stuff. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, that's why, look, that, you know what it made me think about? This body surgery and stuff.
Yeah. Did you hear when they said that it was like some type of the new disease that they coined it as because girls want to try to get the surgery to look.
That's what I was gonna bring up. They trying to get surgery to look like filters. Like, golly, man. Like,
you know why? Watch this.
Rough, man.
Check this out. Because look, they said the Gen Zers, is it 1996? They got on in middle school, and they never been off. So now
they don't know anything else.
They don't know anything else, Ross. And look, they don't know what's real and what's fake. Because, watch this, we can tell them, Ross, we can tell them, but they have never lived in a world outside of social media or whatever they own. So in their mind, they think that stuff really real. Like, and we know better though, because we lived without it. We lived without it before, so we know, like, man, that's a bunch of bullshit.
That's a hard thing, like you say, because we didn't all know girls, we know dudes, and we be like, man, she don't look like that in real life. Like, so them filters be making them look a certain way, but if a girl don't know this girl, and she looking at her own natural body, and she like, dang, I want to look like that. How she get her stomach so smaller? Why she ain't got no cellulite in her legs? And they being filtered themselves. So now you trying to look like this, like, and look like that, and nobody, like I say, nobody knows what's real, but I can tell you 9 times out of 10, it ain't real or whatever. Like, it's tough or whatever. Like,
and that's okay. Like that dude said at the end, I thought it was good that they gave recommendations, because that dude at the end was like, don't let your kids get on that shit till they at least like 16. Because then by that time, they know that, like, what's real and what's fake. Like, but you know, they got people with their kids on this shit at 5, 6 years old. And it's
Speaking
like,
of, did you see that this is in the same lane, but apparently Cardi B and Offset's child has an Instagram page now. She's 2.
oh well, that's normal.
Yeah.
Look, that's normal in this society. It's funny that you bring that up. It's funny that you bring that up because I saw somebody the other day that I follow. They just had a baby. And look, it go back to what we were saying. They not married. They living together and they together. But they just had a baby probably like 6 months ago. And their baby got an Instagram page. And when I see
that's them trying to get likes on their baby page.
But dude, look, that's them trying to get likes on their page, but that's also the norm now. Like when people, people have kids, they create a social media page for them now. Because no matter what shit, they may be doing football, basketball. We see them little boys. We see these little girls doing pageants, and I see little boys modeling on Instagram, and they're 6, 7 years old. After a while, it's gonna make the human mind different.
They create Instagram pages and all these pages for inanimate objects. Like my damn TV got an Instagram page. My dog got an Instagram page. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this too. We all had that happen before. We'll like post a picture or like you post you pass your test and you like, man, this one only got 2 likes. Like, did I post at the wrong time?
Yeah.
Like, hey, and if y'all look, if y'all don't want us going through this, y'all got to like the page.
There you go. Don't make us feel down and out after we done put so much hard work and thought into this. We still got some hills to climb, but this is the foundation, so we need y'all. So please don't make us go in the bathroom and cry in the shower. We
like, man, we had a great show, man. Why they didn't like it?
What's going on? But I definitely fell into that when I first got on Instagram, and I think that's kind of what made me like stop. I mean, I still got the page or whatever, of course, but it kind of made me stop. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you put this picture up and you didn't get this many likes. You take it down, and now you're kind of like, oh, what's wrong with me? Like, you tripping, bro.
Man, like I say, we all went through that.
Go ahead.
No, I did that before. Like, I remember I posted a picture one time, got a bunch of likes, like a bunch of them. And this girl that I was cool with was like, oh man, you popping, boy. Your picture got a lot of likes on, like, and I was like, what that mean like that? You know what I'm saying? Because then, so now you used to this, let's just say you got 400 likes. You got that, you fill up here. And then you post another picture, you get 50. Now you down, and it's like, dude, you didn't change as a person. There's nothing. It just, they messing with you, bro. They messing with you.
Yeah, you just called at the right time. So now.
That was good. See, that was different with Ross when he was like able to be like, wait a minute, what the hell wrong with me? I'm tripping off of this. I don't give a damn about this. Them people who ain't never, the people who ain't never been off it, the people that ain't never been off it though, Ross, they've been on it since they was 12. They not able to think. They not able to think, man, I ain't get that many likes. What's wrong with me? I ain't worried about that. They just thinking, man, I ain't get that many likes. Like, I ain't, man, I gotta look, I gotta amp it up. But one more thing about that, before we move on, that was crazy. A lot of people, I feel like that's like a documentary that, like, it's like for this generation, like, we gotta watch it.
Oh yeah,
dude. What about the part where they were talking about how they taking over these countries using Facebook?
Oh yeah.
That one country, dude, that when they get their phones, they get their Facebook started for them, show them how to use it. And that dude was putting his political stuff up there about the Muslims or whatever. And then the people start going crazy around there, killing all these people, raping them and torturing them and stuff. And then next thing you know, 75,000 people got to leave this country because this dude then put up this propaganda on Facebook, and that's all them people see. And they think, you seen them when they were chanting like, Facebook. And I was like, oh, like,
oh, man.
Bro.
It's weird, it's wild, it's crazy. Y'all definitely should go check it out there, viewers, man. Like I said, just kind of lock in on it and kind of reevaluate your own situation and how you handle your social media, or it wasn't even just social media, like emails,
and all that stuff. It was a lot of stuff they was talking about I never even heard of.
Yeah, it's like, just try to break away from your phone.
Watch your cell phone usage. Watch your cell phone usage.
That's it. That's all we saying. So, with that being said, we gonna go on and get into this review of the week. That was just kind of like an appetizer right there. That was just a suggestion. This is the review for the weekend. I had the pleasure of being in charge of doing the selection this week. So, my man was in the news a little bit with some of the things that he was tweeting, of course. And, when he tweets, everybody tunes in. Old Mr. Kanye West. So I felt like we needed to get back to when Kanye was, as they say, Kanye. This is what I feel was Kanye's, some of his best work, if not his best work. Dark Twisted Fantasy. Came out in 2010. I like to call it the Cudi album. Because this album has Cudi all of. This is what gave us Cudi. Cudi got a lot of credits on him. He wrote a lot of songs. I don't really know how much producing input he had, but he wrote a lot of songs, so it's got some pain to it. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I give it a 10 out of 10 off top. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. What y'all think?
Well, I'm like you say. I think man, I'm so tired of playing this fantasy football. First off, it's like you can't even watch the dang game. Cam Newton killing the first off. The man almost got 40 points. So anyway,
ooh, I need that.
Oh yeah, he killed him. My guy. He got 35, Ross. So,
okay.
And I feel good for Cam. Whoa, but anyway, so I think my favorite album, but it depends on what time you're. My favorite album probably would still be The College Dropout. But then I take myself back to when it came out, how it made you feel. He was just like he was rapping like kind of like he had that audience of the college people.
He was college. You was young and he was
relating to me. Yeah. But I feel like this here, the Dark Twisted Fantasy, this was the album kind of like, this is like when he was at his height, he was just in a zone. And I feel like he just got everybody together. He had Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj. Jay-Z killed everything he was on.
Doesn't he always?
He had the song with John Legend. He threw Chris Tucker on some skits. He had RZA do a beat.
That was Chris Rock, dude.
Chris Rock was on the song talking, but I'm saying, John Legend had to blame the singing on it or whatever. So I think he just got everybody together and was like, man, he's like, I'm finna just make a masterpiece. And everybody brought their A game. Push the T. Nobody slacked on this CD. Mm-hmm. So like you say, he was like, hey, he was in the zone, man. Like it was like, and then you got to think, there was like his fourth album, maybe third or fourth. And it's like, man, I think you just kind of get bored with music after a while. So I think it was at his height, and he was trying to prove to everybody, like, hey, man, y'all can't mess with me or whatever. Like, he didn't write everything, but he just, hey, I give it a 10 too.
This is an interesting album for me, and I'm sorry, Chip, I'll let you
Rick Ross, that was probably my favorite song, Devil in the Dress, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, that beat is so smooth.
I thought this was
this is an interesting album for me because I like, that's why I say it's a feel, because I like 808s and Heartbreak. I think 808s and Heartbreak is a damn genius album. I love it. And against popular belief, I like when Lil Wayne did the Rebirth. So it's like you said, like he had us in that zone of like the college backpack rappers, they called it, fly guys, Louis Vuitton with the first three. Then he come and he give us this 808s and Heartbreak, and it's like, what the hell is this shit? And then he come with the Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It's like, okay, he going a little bit different from the college joints, but it's still.
Hey, Ross, like, I remember Ross. Now you remember this. This 2010. This was in the height of our conspiracy theories.
Why y'all was in the conspiracies?
That video, boy.
No, I'm saying, why y'all was in the conspiracies? Facebook had y'all in the conspiracies like that. They programmed y'all.
Oh man, get out of here, man.
Did you see when they said that when people look at conspiracy stuff, they just feed more conspiracies to them.
No doubt. They ain't lying.
It makes sense.
They ain't lying. I thought about myself when I saw that. I don't watch that mess no more though.
You get in that rabbit hole and you'll be crazy.
But look, remember we was talking about that cover. Cause remember when that cover came out, ain't it like the devil having sex with a white lady?
With an angel. With an angel. That's why it's
well, I say white lady. You say angel, I say white lady.
Look, I'm sorry, brother Huey. My bad.
No.
Yeah, my bad, brother Huey. Sorry, look, my man.
But I remember when it came out, I didn't like this. When I first listened, like back then, what?
Oh, you didn't like the album?
Like the whole thing. Like I can remember those songs was hits, but I can remember listening to it. I was kind of like, I didn't really get it at the time. But then when you start listening to it, this is when Kanye went to the dark side. This is when the switch started to happen. In his music, like his music switched up at this point. It started with 808s. He went different. But then this one was, like you said, he hooked up with who?
Scuddy.
He hooked up with
Scuddy.
If you hook up with Scott, and you hook up with, if you stay with him too long, Ross, he gonna have you coming out with something like this. But it was genius,
we're just gonna let you know that Cuddy album review is coming, definitely. So.
Look, I already thought about it. Ross.
Come on, man. See, I don't know if that could get a little heavy, man. That could get heavy.
Well, hey, sometimes you gotta get heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this album. It was definitely. I was listening to it again. Once you said that was the review, I listened to it kind of like off and on. But I listened to the full thing again today, this morning, and just let it roll. And I was like, man, like he was in the zone. Cause he even put old boy on there. People probably don't know, because I don't think he gave him no credit on the song. At the end, the poet, Who Will Survive in America, and the dude is like his name Gil Scott Henry, an old dude back from the 70s who was with Huey in the Black Power movement time. But it was just like, man, he was really Kanye is misunderstood.
Very.
That's what I thought about when I was listening to this CD.
He is. They definitely paid him out to be somebody.
Kanye be on it. Like, if you listen to his music, when he be going off on them tweets or whatever, I don't know what that be about. But some of that stuff, I feel like he just be on it too. But yeah, they paint him they definitely got him painted into a corner now.
I mean, I think it goes back to what Dave Chappelle said. Like, anytime somebody that's in that light and they start to speak some type of truth or make you question like what they saying, oh, he crazy. Now Kanye has gone on record and said that he does have bipolar or whatever. Like,
whoa! Look how you just did that.
What?
You said bipolar was crazy.
No. That's not what I do. I'm trying to get somewhere. That's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't mean he's crazy. People correlate the two because but that's what people do. It's like, oh well, he said he was bipolar. He's crazy. He having a bipolar.
That's what people stereotype bipolar.
That's what they think it means, though. That's what they think it means.
Right. Right. It's like, no, that's not what it means. It's like, yeah, he might have some type of mental condition, but every time he speaks his mind, that doesn't mean he's having an episode. Like,
watch it, Rob. This is what people need to see. When did Kanye start to go crazy?
When his mama died. When he lost his mama.
Like, but let's say this too, though. He lost his mama, and then there was around a time when he was like taking off to the top too. Right. So it's like, I think once they get up there, they start seeing different stuff, and it's like it can affect them in different ways or whatever. And Kanye's so not gonna be with the system. They mess with you kind of ways, like you don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Think about how that happened at the same time. I didn't think about that, how he was going up to the top and he was getting there, and then bam, mama died. So I'm gonna tell you that right there.
Whole 3 or 4 Grammys on the red carpet, the picture he kissing his mama with the Grammys in his hand. And then like the next few months, she gone. She ain't here no more.
So and remember, he was the George Bush on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was the Kanye that everybody liked.
But I was about to say, look, whenever somebody think about Kanye and like, oh, he tripping again, whatever. just remember that he started really acting like this till he lost his mom. So how about you have a little empathy for this man?
Oh, I don't ever always like. That's why I wanted to go ahead on and get into Kanye, because at the core, man, Kanye is a musical genius, man. Like, I don't care what you say about him, how you feel about him, man. That dude, when he get behind that damn board, and I ain't talking about the rapping, I'm just talking about the
he can produce an album. He can produce an album.
Just his creative process and even the Sunday service, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is just so well put together and it's different, and it's like, damn, that shit is jamming though. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. You got to give props what props is due, regardless of how you feel about him. Like,
now I want y'all to answer this right quick.
I give him a 10.
I thought this was some of the biggest. It was a 10 to me. I wanted y'all to answer this though. This some of the best rapping I seen Kanye do, but now y'all telling me I got to look at who wrote these songs, because I knew he had people always working with him, but because Side House say he always wrote a lot of stuff. But man, he was like rapping on this CD, like he was killing it. And I'm like, well, did Cudi write this? Did Side House? Not saying it mattered, but I'm just like,
I don't be knowing what they process be, but like as far as like this CD with Cudi or this album, whatever you want to call it, with Cudi.
But y'all say he got credit for some of the stuff.
I don't know if he just like do they be writing actual lyrics, but this is what I definitely know. Cudi definitely had an influence on the vibe of the album, like the production and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
know Cudi.
Like you can feel that on there. I don't know about the actual words that he's saying and stuff. That seems like it would be hard for somebody to actually write for you. Like,
yeah, I mean, now the only thing, because it's like I said before when we was talking about something, you can get a writing credit if you got a line, and I'll be like, oh man, we'll put that the right there where that but is. It's like, well, shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But that don't mean you necessarily wrote the whole damn song. So, like you said, you can definitely feel the vibes of Cudi. And at that time, what, Man on the Moon even came out yet? I don't even think Man on the Moon was it out.
Had to be.
It was out already. So
that was 2010. Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon was 2009.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so it's like, yeah, you can feel that vibe or whatever. You can even feel a little bit of Cudi on 808s too. I'm sure he's
Cudi came out in 09.
So yeah, it's like number 3 on that 808s that with it that you can feel Cudi all through that thing, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. That's 10 out of 10 for me.
He's not gonna give our boy no love.
He ain't.
Gonna give our boy no
I knew y'all was finna say that. I knew y'all was finna say that.
He ain't gonna give love, man.
I'm gonna say this. The people that I know that I like that listen to music and love music, they always give Cudi all this credit. And they do always say he brought in this new age that y'all talking about around that time, that rapping style. But they say he don't get no credit for it. But all of them, I think, like they say Kanye. Was Wale kind of around that too?
Yeah, Wale
they was kind of like peers though. Like, I don't think Wale.
They was cool. I remember they had a couple songs like where they dissed each other.
Wale was like Wale on the Man on the Moon.
They was real cool.
Shit, I don't know. They was either on the Double XL together, or it was either the year before or year after. Like, it was close. Like, you know what I mean?
Do y'all remember Wale made that diss song, like, used to be the Man on the Moon or something? Like, he was like talking about him and Cudi relationship went bad off some just miscommunication and they didn't fool each other.
Well, you know how I feel about Wale. Talented rapper, but he just doesn't like it. You know, that's like, man, just let the music speak for itself. We're doing all that bitch. Whatever. We ain't talking about Wale. We'll get into that later on. So 10 out of 10 across the board. My Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy, whatever the hell it's called, is absolutely a masterpiece. So I think this might be the first and probably damn near the only 10 out of 10 across the board we ever have. So
that's definitely hard to get. You know, I gave my boy Rod Wave a 10, but
you know, we have certain people on this line that don't care for talent. I guess they want gimmicks or whatever. Hey, whatever, man. It is what it is. But hey, once again, we just want to thank y'all for tuning in with us. It's always beautiful when we can link up and do this. So make sure y'all tune in next week. Like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that. All that out there on the table. Do it all for us, man. We appreciate it. Again, follow us on Instagram. at Universal_Citizen318, at T-Ross318, at Renell J, at A_humbled_center. I was smooth with it that time. That shit was kicking my ass.
Smooth that
look,
time.
I've been working on that thing, man. That thing be whooping my ass, boy. But anyway, man, look, y'all make sure y'all tune in next week, and we appreciate y'all, man. Universal Citizen. You know.
And let me say this before we get off right quick, though. Hey, and we appreciate all the comments in the inbox and the suggestion in the inbox. Hey, put it on the page. Like, we don't, like, we family. Like, comment on the page so we can know,
hey,
what messages y'all got or what critiques. Like, it's no big deal. Just, just comment or whatever.
Yeah, man, we gonna throw it out there. Ain't nobody never hit my inbox, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Look, until next week, black people, beautiful people, everybody, man, universal citizens is love. We out of here.
We out.